somebody very powerful once said, let's go bell work. Happy Friday. This is the bell work for Friday. It is October 3rd. Still clicking sideways. So yesterday you got two new sets of data, the questions for which are kind of summarized now on our driving question board in the room. What's your updated take now that you have all of the data that we'll be using for this project? Is your discovery something that is currently alive on another exoplanet? Might it have been alive in the past? Or is this environment a place that could be conducive to life in the future? We're looking for 1 to 2 good sentences, and please include a little why. So today is the day that you begin preparing your actual poster. We're going to be preparing a poster for others to learn about your research. You're going to submit your individual portfolio today, and we're going to wait on submitting your poster until Tuesday. I keep saying Monday, but we've got the weed wrangle on Monday, so that you have time to prepare it and don't feel like you have to rush. Today was also the day that I graded water potential assignments in notebooks for people. So if you have that, I'm looking forward to seeing it at the beginning of the period on Monday before we leave, or on Monday at the end of the day when we come back from the weed wrangle. We'll have a couple minutes to check your notebooks. So yay. Okay, so this is an example of one type of poster. I pulled this picture from the internet because it is anonymized and allows you to see an example of a poster from somebody who worked on machine learning. You might know this student. This is one example of what a scientific poster looks like, but this student won a big prize as a result of this work. So with that being said, scientific posters aren't just for student competitions. They are for academics of all ages and walks of life. So here's a picture of a poster session. I don't remember where this is, but you can see sometimes there are thousands and thousands of posters. They're printed large and they're like pinned up to boards or the wall so that people can talk through their research and showing things. This one from, I think, probably NC State. I can't tell where this one is from. This idea about presenting the story of your research, yours is going to look a little bit different, but it's still going to have these pieces that we did when we set up the behavior lab, right? You're going to have an introduction part where you kind of talk about your discovery. You're going to have a part that tells a little bit about your discovery and how you're analyzing it. For this poster, those might be blended or they might be separate. It's going to be up to you and your team about how you'd like to present it. In the room is that big poster about claim, evidence, and reasoning. Your claim is going to go as your title across the top and include the information from your collaborators. Now, this is a quick shot of what the poster session looked like last time. So I just set the date of December 10th for our second annual winter poster session extravaganza. And you can see it's in a large group room. It's very informal. It's an opportunity for you to share what you've been working on with your families and other people who are important to you. So like this is kind of what your posters will look like. They have lots of different ways they look. These are just some of those ways. And then you'll see here, the posters over here have a different color scheme. And that's because students are presenting their own work for Project 2. So you will be also making a visual in Project 2. As you can see, they look lots of different ways. So not a formal event, not supposed to spook you, just an opportunity for you to begin to talk through your research and share what you've been doing. Plus, there are extravagant snacks, heavy appetizers, as it were. Now, MCCSC has a color branding document. So you might know if you work in marketing, communications, branding, if you know things about that, that people will often put forward a set of colors and fonts that are to be used specifically for that organization. MCCSC is no different. There's a very specific blue and gold that get used as the color palette and that provide this strong visual link. So just like if you were working at a university, they'd ask you at IU to put it in IU red, at Purdue, they're gold and black. We have that set here. There's several typeface standards. We are going to use Arial because it prints the best. We're going to print these on this really big posters. And so as you're making your poster, I've told you, as you'll see in a moment, I have told you, there we go, what colors you can use. So it's hard to see from here. So let me show you what it looks like. This is MCCSC blue, and it's the smallest you can write. That's MCCSC yellow. I've given you the gray here, and you can also use black for your colors as you're working. So leaving it up to you so that your poster can highlight your evidence and reasoning to the best of its ability. Now, if you weren't in class today, we did have somebody help you set up your poster. A reminder that you need to submit your individual portfolio. You can find that here where it's red. That's where you're submitting your individual student portfolio. If you're not quite done, also we changed the curriculum a little bit from when we have made those. If you have any questions or concerns, please sign up for Panther Plus next week. I anticipate being in Panther Plus all 5 days. So yay. We did not do a cool down for today. You are going to skip all of your bell work and you don't need to turn it in. I'm still working on your FRQs. If things go well, test corrections will be available for juniors beginning on Wednesday and for seniors beginning on Thursday when we return. This does mean that if you have not yet taken the exam, the expectation is that you will take the exam on Tuesday. So please plan to take the test on Tuesday. I also will be available for 45 minutes after school on Monday if you need that time. I just have to go get my kids from Templeton beginning at 3:30. So that's it for me. I hope you take care out there. One more time, just to make it abundantly clear, you are going to skip all bell work and keep all bell work. There we go. On behalf of all of us here at AP Biology, hope you're doing well. Take care. See you soon.